It is time. If you've got a B flat harmonica, it is time. I'm going to put this track right on and warm up with y'all, and then I'm going to show you a strategy for a practice session on improvising that's really simple. All you need is a pen and paper, or maybe a computer, and a harmonica and a backing track, and you're good to go. So here is the idea. Let's just take this track. Found a better track in the key of F. I'm going to put this in the video description and comments later. It's a really nice one. Not all backing tracks are great. Some are a little busy with the drums sometimes, and occasionally it's busy with like instrumentation. This one's perfect. So grab your B flat, and then we'll talk about this strategy. Good morning if you're tuning in. The name of the track, if you want to just know that right away, is Blues Backing Track Jam, Chicago Blues, tight Chicago shuffle in F. And here's the strategy, everybody. See if I can get to my channel while I'm talking and pause the track. So here's the strategy. It came to me right before I started this video, and the strategy is simple. The strategy is examining one note at a time, and only adjusting, and I've absolutely talked about it, but now we're going to do it together, adjusting just the second note, okay? Just the second note. So if you have a B flat harmonica, grab that. If we look at the most common area that people go in second position, it's typically the 4-draw. That's where most people just go right to that note. So let's talk about that note. Let's take that note and make it not such a mundane area to go to where you're saying the same thing over and over. This is what I mean. Adjusting the second note only will instantly lead you to finding new ideas and push you into other spots of the harmonica. So we're going to take 4-draw, and we're going to play a different second note every time, just like this. Hopefully you can hear the track okay. So here's the 4-draw. And what I'm going to do first is go to 4 bend. One more time. The simple riff that I'm playing is 4-draw, 4 bend, 4-draw, 3-draw half step bend. Then some chording. So what did we add? And then if you had a little pen and paper and a notepad, you'd write this down. You'd write the lick down that you created. You might pause the track and write down the first thing that came out and then practice it so you don't forget it and you've got notes going. Now we can't play 4-draw to 4 bend. That's the only rule. You can't do that. You're going to have to play 4-draw to 5-draw. And let's see what happens when we do that. Here we go. I want to play something different, but I shouldn't. So the riff I came up with was 4-draw, 5 draw to 4 draw. You might have to come back to this later. 4 bend, 4 blow, 3 half step bend, and that's the essential riff. Something like that. Then you keep going. So we're going to do this. We're going to, I don't know what I'm going to play. I'm just going for it. And this whole is, again, such a common place to go for harmonica players in second position that you need to have several things to say from that area. First, we got 4 draw to 4 bend. Then we had 4 draw to 5 draw. Now I'm going to move this. All you need is a B flat harp. 4 draw to 3 half step bend. Do you see how this is going to be helpful? So the riff is 4 draw, and try to keep the ideas fairly short. 4 draw, 3 half step bend, 3 full step bend, 2 draw. You write that down. By the way, if you're thinking, cool, I'm going to get a bunch of new riffs today from this video, yes, that is true. But here's the real, that's not the work in it. I mean, like the work would be for you to look at it, maybe gain inspiration from some of my ideas. Then you can use the same second note holes, but come up with different ideas. Try to change what you learn from me. All right, let's do one more example. 6 blow or 1 draw. Those are the big ones that are popping into my mind. Let's do 1 draw because I feel like a lot of people don't slide to 1 draw. That counts as going to 1 draw, let's say. Or take your lips off and go right to from 4 draw to 1 draw. Something like that, where you're using the same note but in a different register. Might come up with a cool idea that way. Let's play it a couple times. All right, let's talk about it. 4 draw to 1 draw. To 2 blow. To 2 draw. To 3 full step bend to 2 draw. Now, I've done classes on this topic, building licks and all that. This is one method. If you like this and you're like, okay, yeah, why am I not working on this? Great. Use the method, work on it, come up with your new ideas. But then there's some strategy beyond this. So one strategy is targeting one hole at a time and looking at the second note that you change up and trying to come up with a short lick, right? We're doing that here together. Then you would go to a new hole and do the same thing. Take scale notes if you're unsure what notes to use. Just use the blues scale notes, 2 draw or 3 half step bend or 4 blow or 4 bend or 4 draw or 5 draw or 6 blow and work on it. Then, if you did all the scale notes, you move up, to the higher end and see it'll get challenging on the high end, I think, for a lot of people. You can do the same or once you've worked on this, and this could take a while, this is a pretty big project, right? You could do this for, several days or weeks, but eventually you could come back to the original ideas and you can say, well, what happens with the third note? See what I'm saying? So then you go, okay, well, the first idea was 4 draw, 4 bend. I don't even know what I played now, because I'm just doing this in the moment with you guys, but come back and change the third note. I'm sure I didn't play that. It was something different. So I went from a 4 bend on the second note to a 3 half step, or maybe a 6 blow. Now you've got a machine for a way to create fresh ideas and almost unlimited licks at your disposal And you should work on this. It's a really fun way to work on improvisation. It's a cool angle, and that's what I wanted to share with you today. I've got a class on breaking down solos Sunday with my good buddy Rodrigo Barrianos from Brazil. I hope some of you will consider joining us. It's all recorded. You can go to harmonica123.com to learn more. He's going to talk a little bit about his strategy for how he is one of the best in the world at that. That's why he's doing this topic. He's a note-for-note kind of guy when he wants to be. He can play things exact, complex pieces, like really complex stuff, and it's amazing. One of the guys he's going to talk about is Mark Ford, and I never talk about Mark Ford, ever. I don't know if I've ever mentioned him on my YouTube channel. I've never done a class on Mark Ford. He is a phenomenal harmonica player you guys should be checking out. But he's also going to share some really cool specific software that he's using when he gets down to the nitty-gritty of examining with a fine-tooth comb the nuance of what's happening in a lick for isolation and repetition. He's got some cool software to share and show, and he's going to share with you how he's using that. It's going to be a cool class, so hopefully some of you are interested in learning more about that. I'm going to leave you with a little jam. I'm going to take the 2 full step bend and just pay attention to my second notes. So I'm going to go out by playing a bunch of different second note choices off of my B flat harmonica, starting on 2 full step bend. And y'all make it a great day. I'll catch you on the next one. Let's get the volume. Actually, I just want to mention something. I got to stop. 2 full step almost always wants to go to 2 draw to then make a statement. So if you're going to work with 2 full step bend, make the 3rd note adjustment the exercise. That's a big tip because you'll be very limited with second note choices from a 2 full step bend. You'll have like 2 half step bend, you'll have 1 draw, and 2 draw, obviously. So just make 2 draw. Just trust me. Make 2 draw, 2 full step and 2 draw, the stable area, and then change the 3rd note. And on that note, I'm going to jam a tiny bit more and do that. You're welcome. Thanks, Juwan. Here we go. Well, I only got less than a minute, 45 seconds to demonstrate this, or so. And that's how it's done, folks. Just take a little bit of time to get a tiny bit more structure in your practice. Have fun with this stuff. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Bob, thanks for joining the channel and becoming a member right now. In the moment he did it. You too can do that. Appreciate your support. Any level is very much appreciated on the channel. Of course, if you end up becoming a Little Walter or higher tier member on this channel, You're going to gain access to all the exclusive ear training videos and even a class that I did for members. But any support is totally appreciated. Thank you guys. Hope to see you in the class on Sunday, and make it a great day.